how people live here in the context of war. Ukrainian brands started being very popular, and the brands that show our culture. This is our biggest store in Ukraine. We have stores almost in every city of Ukraine. How your job changed during the war?
Our women start buying more feminine clothes.
Our most luxurious bomb shelter that has always been here actually. Welcome to Jewellery Sisters channel. Today I am alone because Martina is in Switzerland and I'm in Ukraine, and today I'm going to show you my lovely pre-war life before a full-scale invasion of Russia in Ukraine. On the first day of the invasion we were forced to leave Ukraine, but I missed my country way too much, and even though Martina protested and all the family were against it, I came back. And now I have an opportunity to show you how people live here in the context of war, how we learned to adapt, and how we have this work-war balance that we like to call it. Stay with me to see the new reality of living in Ukraine right now. 12.5 million Ukrainians fled, but already 5 million have returned to rebuild their lives. It's really inspiring how Ukrainians are so strong-willed and are ready to live in such dangerous conditions but still be free. This is my bedroom. The war really made a revolution in my consciousness because right now I want to peel off all these wallpapers, leave the walls white, remove everything and just make it a very minimalistic, clean space. Only leave a chandelier and Martina's portrait, of course. Hi Martina. The war taught me how to live with less and how little I actually need to be happy. For 8 months I had to live with clothes that would fit in a small suitcase. So now when I see this amount of clothes that I have, I want to get rid of it. Anyways, meet my cat. This is Zefir, which is a marshmallow in Ukrainian. And he is not a paid actor, he's a main character that always makes our content better. Thank you, Zefir. I'll show you my bathroom right now. How symbolic and ironic that right now we just heard another air raid alarm and we're entering my bathroom, a place where I could casually hide because there's a rule of 2 walls, which means that when the first wall is destroyed, the second one will protect you from glass and everything else that's destroyed. So sometimes when it would be air raid alarms, I would just take my blanket and my pillow, put it here and sleep while Kyiv is in danger. And I actually am pretty fancy because my floors can heat up, but not all Ukrainians are as lucky. Right now we are actually super lucky because there's water, there's electricity today, but it's not the case every day. It's even hot because it's not hot every time. And I actually had some experience of taking super cold showers or even taking no showers when we had no electricity and no water. But I would always wear diamonds, of course. I love my apartment very much, but it gives a false sense of security because any minute there can be a bomb falling on my roof. But you know, this beautiful image, it kind of has some war-related details, like this tape that I would stick on the windows when we had no electricity so that it wouldn't be extremely cold at nights because winters are quite harsh in Ukraine and right now it's like -1 degree. Right now luckily we have electricity, but it's not guaranteed tomorrow. Anyways, let's go grab a coffee, meet other Ukrainians and see how they live. Now even taking an elevator is a bit extreme because sometimes the power will turn off unexpectedly, not on the schedule, and you can just get locked inside, and some people even have little snacks with them, water. Me personally, I don't because I don't have a feeling of protecting myself and life, but you know, still alive, so yeah, обожнюю. вулицю Ярославів Вал і Івана Франка. I'm just saying that I'm an absolute fan of our city, and it's not as hard to love it, you know, when you're in Kyiv. It's fantastic, it's beautiful, the people are incredible. We are in the most stylish street in Kyiv. It's Raitorska. Here, if you want to feel not stylish with zero taste, you should come and check out the people and how stylish they are. We're entering Katimo Cafe and grab some coffee or tea. Sorry. Добрий день. Буду капучино, будь ласка. Thank you so much for coffee and for agreeing to answer a couple of questions. We wanted to ask you, how did the customers change with the beginning of full-scale invasion?
Саме на початку війни я зовсім не міг працювати, а ближче до кінця весни, можливо, все стабілізувалося і, можливо, навіть зараз краще, ніж було. Якось люди між собою комуніцюють якось, можливо, ближче, тепліше і більш якісь навіть майже сімейні відносини з людьми навколо.
Клас, дуже дякую за ваші відповіді.
Все для вас.
First things first, Ukraine has the most delicious coffee, and you won't prove me wrong. I had a stupid dream to be able to go out to the club at 7 p.m., have the time of my life, and then have a good night's rest by 10, 11 p.m. And now the stupid dream came true because we have curfew, and right now bars, clubs, they open early and then they close by 10 p.m. So be careful for what you wish for, because your dreams might as well come true in very unique and mysterious ways.
Привіт, скажи, як тебе звати?
Привіт, Заріна.
Заріна, ти дуже яскрава. Виглядаєш цікаво. Давай розповідай, що на тобі за бренди, бо вже мені дуже цікаво.
Залюбки, тому що майже все в українських брендах.
Клас,
і...
супер, обожнюю.
Я наче знала, що я вас зустріну. Here's an example of how we protect our cultural heritage. Here's a monument of Bogdan Khmelnytsky that is now covered so that if there's a missile nearby, it wouldn't be destroyed. What I find really cool is that restaurants and cafes in Ukraine really try to support its people. We are allowed to come to the restaurants, charge our phones, and just warm up when there's no electricity. What's not that cool is that Instagrammers like myself are not really encouraged to create photos and videos outside because we can give out information to aggressor. This is Zarina's flagship store. Like many businesses in Ukraine, with the first days of invasion, they closed. But the ones that are in central Ukraine and western Ukraine reopened less than in a month. Всем привет! This is our biggest store in Ukraine. We have stores almost in every city of Ukraine, but some are permanently closed, such as the one in Mariupol, because it was one of the first cities to be attacked by Russia. But luckily, we felt that invasion was coming, so a couple days before that we would remove from there all our most expensive pieces. On the other hand, there are cities such as Lviv, which is on the west of Ukraine, that showed growth in sales, which the reason for that would be that more people would move there because it's considered to be a safer city to live in during the war. So even though our general sales dramatically fell, Lviv grew, and that's something, some positive aspect that changed. Right now we're going to go to our underground floor that I like to call a very luxurious bomb shelter, because you can wait for air raid alarm to be over, surrounding yourself with diamonds and beauty. Follow me. Right now, every establishment that has underground floor has a big positive plus, which is that a place can have two purposes: to be a cafe, gym, shop, and to be a bomb shelter. So it's an offer 2-in-1. And this is our most luxurious bomb shelter that has always been here actually. It's our underground floor that holds the most unique, expensive jewelry pieces. It's not the worst scenario to spend the air raid alarm here, surrounding yourself by diamonds. Interesting fact for jewelry sphere, for example, is that when the full invasion started and all the sales froze, the demand for wedding bands grew because people started to get married ASAP because tomorrow wasn't promised. In general, the prices in Ukraine grew, but it mostly depends on the exchange rate. Still, I would say that products and services are more affordable than in Ukraine than in Switzerland, for example. For example, my mani patties were $25-ish, while in Switzerland it would be around $100. Ironically, we pay a bit less for electricity right now, as when it's turned off, when there's a shortage, we don't use it, and therefore the bill at the end of the month might be even lower than before the war. Most of the retail stores that you know of are still present in Ukraine, but for example, Zara, Massimo Dutti, and Inditex Group, they froze and they're not currently present in Ukraine. However, the online is still very much alive, and we can order almost all the brands. It just takes a bit longer, the shipment, but we can order almost everything. You would be surprised that the tourism is not fully dead. There are people that are visiting Ukraine, that are volunteers, that are a lot of international journalists. Some of them I met on Tinder myself. And also there are actors and celebrities that are coming to Ukraine to raise the topic and remind people abroad that we still need support, financial or humanitarian. And recently we had an actor from Game of Thrones who came to Ukraine and brought some equipment for Ukrainian army. I'm proud to say that most of Ukrainian businesses feel the responsibility to support Ukrainian army because they are the ones that allow us to have any form of business. So as our company, most of them donate part of their profit to support the army. I will also kindly remind you that we're adding a link where you can also donate and support Ukraine with any amount that is comfortable for you. Now we're in famous concept multi-brand store in Kyiv, and I'm with Olga. Gonna ask her a couple of questions on how it works in Ukraine now. Do Ukrainians still buy fashion?
Till the start of the war, there were different times. First of all, it was so hard to Ukrainians start buying fashion. In the summer, situation begin.
But how did their purchases change?
They buy more comfortable brands, a lot of Ukrainian brands to support them and to show in Europe or all over the world that we have such great and talented people. Till the end of last year, our women start buying more feminine clothes. It was a so intimate moment.
This gives me a flashback of how women during World War II, they would wear red lipstick, corsets, very feminine clothes because they wanted to live in the moment even though it would be still wartime. Did your foreign partners support you during those hard times?
Yes, all of our international brands supported us, and we could not buy all the collection that were ordered for spring-summer 2022, and they delayed our payments, save them, and now we can use them. So it was a big support for us.
That's great. For our side too, our partners would write to us all the time, the emails, and ask how we are, how they can support us, so it's very heartwarming. And were there any unexpected positive changes that came with the war?
we reopened in summer our stores in Kyiv and in Odessa, and now we are working. We are pleased that a lot of tourists visit our stores in Kyiv. It's a pleasure, and all our team is alive. So
it's the most important.
Yes.
I want you to meet my friend. She's a vintagier. We'll show some more closely because they're really beautiful, actually.
Thank you.
Can you please tell us how your job changed during the war?
У нас є проблеми, а вже ж з логістикою. Є проблеми з тим, що дуже довго тріп займає дорога, багато часу, це важко реально. А вже ж є проблеми з повітряними тривогами, тому що ми не можемо нормально працювати, бо є реально, ми знаходимося в центрі, є небезпека, велика небезпека. Тобто кожен раз ми спускаємося в бомбосховище, коли є повітряні небезпеки, особливо це після жовтня. Змінилося те, що люди переїхали, так, ми почали більше відправляти за кордон. Найдовший наш такий Саудівська Аравія, куди ми відправляли нещодавно, до речі, хустинку дизайнера Рибальченко, який з цими пекторалями українськими зробив.
During the filming of this episode, 2 sirens went off. But nevertheless, I'd rather be here than anywhere else. Thank you for watching this video till the end. I hope it gave you an alternative perspective of how people are living here right now in the cities that are further away from hot spots. If you have any other questions on this topic, please don't hesitate to write in comments below. And make sure to subscribe. I truly hope to invite you all to our incredible country as soon as we win our freedom and peace, so you could explore and enjoy Ukraine with your own eyes. Let me know your feelings and impressions from what you just saw. If you want to support Ukraine, you can do it by clicking on the link below. Glory to Ukraine! Slava Ukraini!